as well as those of other female leaders who have made it to the top, providing a guide for other women navigating their careers at any level and within any industry. With her fearless attitude and experience as a woman thriving in Silicon Valley's super competitive environment, Magdalena offers her take on dealing with gender bias, knowing your value, taking risks, and bouncing back from failure. She makes the case for men and women working together to design the workplace of the future, looking out for one another with a sense of compassion and gratitude. With equal parts practical advice and inspiration, Power Up both challenges and empowers readers to take control of their own careers. As I can attest, you'll have an advantage with Magdalena beside you on your journey.
Introduction. There's a woman in the men's room. In the fall of 2015, I chaired the Innovation Summit at the G20 conference in Antalya, Turkey, where presidents, prime ministers, finance and labor ministers, and leading research and policy institutions from the top 20 economies in the world had gathered to discuss global financial problems. This is the first time the G20 had put innovation and technology on the agenda, so there was a lot of attention focused on the Innovation Summit. In addition to chairing the summit, I was also asked to participate on a panel exploring how to help small and medium enterprises, SMEs, experience faster growth in a slowing global new economy. After the panel discussion was over, the moderator invited questions from the audience. The first question was directed at me, and it did not have anything to do with the SMEs. Instead, someone asked whether I had faced difficulties and challenges in Silicon Valley because I was a woman. I wasn't surprised. This wasn't the first time in my 30-year career I had been on stage to discuss a business issue and immediately gotten a question about my gender. I responded with a somewhat contrarian take, saying that I couldn't think of a single door that was permanently shut to me because I was a woman, and that in fact, being a woman in the predominantly male technology world had opened many doors to me. Although that's entirely true, it's also true that being a woman created many painful challenges for me to navigate, often alone. But that was never where I focused my attention, and a forum on increasing growth in the global economy didn't seem the moment to start. Another woman on the panel, a leading researcher from a German think tank, chimed in next. She had just completed a multi-year study of small and medium enterprises around the world and recited a litany of depressing statistics about the very real barriers holding women back. Limited access to initial and growth capital, limited representation in the corporate executive suite, limited networking capability because of exclusion from gendered social activities, and on and on. After the panel, the German researcher immediately approached me. "You know what?" she said. "Listening to you, I couldn't help but think that the reason you were successful as a woman in a man's world was because you didn't focus at all on the statistics and the facts that I was quoting. In fact, you ignored them completely. You proceeded in your career as though you had as much chance at success as anybody else, and even maybe more." She was right, and what she said perfectly summarized what I now see as the key to my path to power as a woman in Silicon Valley. If I had stopped to think about being in the minority, with the numbers against me, at risk of discrimination, I might have lost the courage to go on and compete with the very best. Like a motorcyclist, I've never ignored the rocks and debris that could send me skidding, but I've never focused on them either. I set my sights, then and now, on the smooth ground that allows me to move ahead. Otherwise, the fear of crashing might overwhelm me. My background was no doubt a major influence.